Alright, here I am on our way to the takeout at Carmody Park. Meg is following me in the van. I don't know if you see her back there with a kayak all strapped to the top of the Honda Odyssey. I'm in the Jeep. We're headed to the takeout. We're going to ditch the Jeep. I'm going to check out the conditions of the takeout and also the river. It was flooded a couple weeks ago, and it may still be flooded. I don't think it is. I was hiking just the other day there. Conditions look just right. Not necessarily too worried about drowning. I'm more worried about taking a dunk and getting hypothermia. It is 39 degrees, says the trusty thermometer in the Jeep. And I packed up some insulation, all the extra insulation I could find, as a backup precaution. I surely don't want to take a dunk, and I don't plan on it. But if that happens, it's going to be potentially a bad situation. So I've got some extra clothes. But anyway, when we get to the takeout, maybe I'll show you what the conditions of the river are and make a decision whether we're going to go through with this crazy scheme or not. Alright, adios. Like I said, this river was flooded, and it's still moving pretty fast. But here we are. I just wanted to make sure that we're going to be able to get the boat out. And it looks like we sure are. Alright. I'm getting excited, people. It's a little bit cold, and those waters are frigid. What do you think about this adventure, Meg?
I'm scared that you're gonna die.
Yeah. Hypothermia is not, well, I guess it would be a pretty terrible way to go.
Yes, it would.
It'd be a shame to get hypothermia in Carlisle, Ohio, though.
Yes, it would.
It'd be much cooler if it were in Alaska or the Arctic or something.
Yes, it would.
But, alright, Megan's leaving. Here's my gear all sprawled out. And the river looks like it's running pretty good. Like I said before, I have never floated this river. It's been raining a lot, it's been flooded. I really don't know what to expect. So I'm going to keep an eye out for hazards. I do think there's a blown out dam somewhere up along this river. So I have to keep an eye out for that. I'm not sure what to expect when I get there either. But as soon as I get on the river, we'll get back with you. Alright, here we are. We made it. And nothing but open river ahead of us. It is positively quiet out here. All I hear is the birds singing. And it was getting a little bit ripply up there, upriver, so I'm right past the dam, but nothing too crazy. Yep. I may not have to paddle one stroke this whole way. Just use this paddle to steer. This river's moving fairly fast. Probably take me only a couple hours to go 10 miles at this rate. I'd say we're moving about 4 or 5 miles an hour. But yeah. Needless to say, I am almost positive I am going to be the only person on the river today. I tell you what, I've never been that close to a great blue heron. You see him? He's right there. Yeah, he's gonna get up and leave us here in just a second. I've never been this close. He obviously doesn't have very many people come by this way. That's awesome. Ooh, I'm sticking my finger in the water, and it is cold. Yeah, I definitely don't want to get wet today. But basically what this trip is all about is just getting the boat on the water, getting some time on this river. You know, basically scouting out what's happening on this river. You know, where the campsites are. I'm planning on doing some overnight camping out here this spring and summer. Yeah, I better turn this camera off and pay attention. We got a possible hazard up here, so I'll check back with you in just a few minutes. Alright, that was wildly unsuccessful. My hand is now frozen. But at least I didn't go at least I didn't go in the water. Alright, my heart is racing because I came real close. Alright, and I'm sure you guys didn't see any of it. I'm going to review the tape just to see what I got, but now my hand and jacket's all wet. Oh, that'll make you cold in a hurry. But man, what a beautiful river. These sycamore trees, cottonwood trees. I already saw some downy woodpeckers. A nice house along the river. Be a nice place to live. Got a cool deck. Yeah, it's getting ripply here in a few places, but nothing too terrible. Oh, looks like they got some canoes and canoes and john boats under there. I would definitely have a couple boats if I lived in a place like that. But yeah, it's getting a little bit ripply. This just makes it more fun. This is Twin Creek River, and despite the name, it is not a creek. It is a river. Just like the Stillwater, the Mad River, it's a major tributary to the Great Miami River here in southwestern Ohio. And it is one of the cleanest rivers in Ohio. And I know that's not exactly saying much considering the state of Ohio's rivers. But this has some of the cleanest waters in it. It's basically, there's no industry and no sewage plants or anything like that anywhere up this river. Most of our rivers are dammed. This river is left relatively undammed. We do have the Germantown Dam for flood control, but I'm floating today the about 15-mile stretch of river from the Germantown Dam all the way to the Great Miami River. I'm going to pull out just before we get to the Great Miami River, and it's basically surrounded by parks. Twin Creek Metro Park, Germantown Metro Park, the park there in Germantown. So basically there's no industry, no way for these waters to get polluted here in this area. Portage 1 complete. I hope this is the one and only. I'm just sitting here trying to catch my breath after carrying that boat through the woods. And now I gotta figure out how to get this big boat down there to the river without getting wet. It'd be easy if this were summer. If this were summer, I might even try to butt my boat up against that tree and climb over it. But I don't want to get wet today, so we'll see what we're gonna come up with here. Not sure. I'm just over here playing in the sand, drawing pictures in the sand while I wait for my heart to stop beating out of my chest. It's kind of relaxing. I also find it smart to always carry with you some paracord, and I rarely need it, but I definitely needed it over there as I had to lower the boat down that small ledge, and saved me on this one. And they double as bow and stern tie downs when I get back to the takeout and have to put this silly kayak back on the boat or back on the truck. But just gonna stretch my legs for a minute, hang out. Ooh, what a relaxing day. Oh, I got bugs on me. It's not quite so relaxing. Let's see what we can find up here. Oh, I made it. But yeah, now we are into the Twin Creek Metro Park now. And this is uncharted territory for me. I've hiked hundreds, if not thousands of miles through this park. And I've never taken a trip down the river through it. So this is going to be a vantage point of this park that I have never seen before thus far. It's going to be pretty neat. And as you can see, it's a beautiful place.